Hi everyone, it is Parrot Pilates day 18 and today we're going to be doing some really lovely standing exercises to get your balance going and to open out your shoulders as well. So first of all, we're going to start in our standing correctly position. So I'd like you to stand with your feet hip distance apart on the floor, weight going down evenly through your left foot and your right foot, and your hips balanced over your heels. So imagine a piece of thread is pulling it through the crown of your head, nice and tall here. Hopefully you can see my head because it's in the shadow. So toe muscles coming in and arms hanging nice and long down by your side. So we're just going to shift from side to side, just feeling how the weight transfers through each of your feet. And then come somewhere and stand halfway in between. So just lengthening out here. Make sure your toes are relaxed on the floor rather than gripping. And we're going to go straight into a side reach standing. So let's bring our toe muscles into supporters, breathing in. As you breathe out, start to reach through one arm, reaching all the way up to the ceiling. And when you can reach no more, I'd like you to start bringing your toe muscles in even more as you reach up and over to the side. So we're getting a gorgeous lateral flexion through our bodies here. Inhale and restack. And then float that arm down nice and smoothly. So we're getting that lovely motion of our shoulder on the back of our rib cage. Let's go on the other side here. So we're going to float the arm all the way up. Keeping your core engaged to make sure you're not rolling forward. Reaching up and over now so you can think about that opposite hand just hanging nice and long and heavy. Restacking through our spine. Float the arm down. Wonderful. Let's go again. So really enjoy this movement so you can think about the shoulder blade, the scapula, just rotating around the back of your rib cage. Restack and down here. Wonderful. And again, floating up. Keep the weight even between both of your legs as you reach up and over. Fab. Okay, one more time to each side here. Reaching up. Think about length through those fingers as you reach up and over. Wonderful. And our last one. All the way up and over here. Tummy muscles supporting you. Coming back down. Float the arm down. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to move into something called corkscrew arms. And if you've been spending a lot of time at your desk this week, it's going to be so nice for easing out any tension that you're holding through the top of your shoulders right into your neck and the back of your head. So once again, standing in our lovely correct position, arms nice and long, breathing in. As you breathe out, we're going to float our arms up. Both arms going up together. And then we're going to bring our hands down and clasp them behind our head. Pressing your head back into your hands here. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Lower them back down, lowering them down, releasing any tension. Reach through your arms and float them back down once again. Lovely. Let's go again. Breathing out, arms going nice and wide. Hands clasping behind the back of your head. Reaching up, shoulders up towards your ears, melting them back down. All that tension releasing here. Reach your arms out to the side. And floating down once again. Fab. Let's go again. So remember, you're reaching through your fingers, pressing your head back into your hands so you're not craning your neck forward. Shoulders traveling up, lowering back down, extending your arms, reaching down to the sides once again. Lovely. And two more times like this. Breathing out, still keeping those toe muscles coming in so you're not pushing your hips forward or slumping them backwards. Reaching out and down. We've got our final one here. Reaching all the way through. Hands go behind your head. Bring your shoulders up. Lowering down once again. Reaching all the way up. Lowering them down here. Wonderful. Arms nice and long by your sides now. We're going to go into a few shoulder rolls. It's releasing again. Just slowly moving around. Lovely. Getting all that movement through here. And let's go the other way as well. Take your shoulders up, forward, back and down. Maybe feeling a few little creaks and crunches going on through there. Wonderful. Okay, bring your arms down once again. We're going to go into something called chicken wings. So again, getting really gorgeous shoulder mobility here. Challenging your core because even though you're not moving, you're having to keep your core engaged so that you're not just kind of going forwards and backwards through your hips. So arms nice and long down by your sides again. Going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to float our arms all the way up to the ceiling, and then drop your elbows down, hands facing forwards, feeling really strong through your shoulders here, pressing back forward, floating down. If you want to make this harder, you can add in a pair of hand weights. So that's just going to add a little bit more challenge. Drop your elbows down until they're level with your shoulders. Think really strong here so your shoulders are connected to the back of your spine. Pushing your arms all the way up, forward and down. Wonderful. Okay, let's go again. Reaching out to the side all the way up to the top. Elbows down, really strong here. This is super for getting the spinal, the shoulder mobility. So that's making sure that our muscles in our shoulder joints are all working correctly and in the correct rhythm as well. Elbows down, pushing all the way up, forward and down. Lovely. And our final one here, keeping the back of your neck nice and long, floating your arms up, elbows down. Lovely. Tummy muscles coming in to support you. Push your hands back up in the air, float them forward and down. Good. And give yourself a little bit of a rest here. Turning your head from side to side if you want to, just getting rid of that tension in your neck. Super. Okay, so now we are going to get some movement through our ankles, our knees and our hips. And we're going to do something called sliding down a wall. So we've done Pilates squats before, and that's where we send our bottom backwards on our knees forward. But in sliding down a wall, we're really having to engage through our core to make sure that we don't move our spine. So we're going to stand nice and tall once again, feet hip distance apart. And as we bend our knees, I'd like you to keep your spine vertical. So you're just bending at the knees go forward, and the hips, but you're keeping your spine vertical. You're not bending forward. Okay, so pressing back through. So you're going to really start challenging the mobility of your ankles here. Toe muscles coming in, standing nice and tall. So it might seem really easy. We're going to try and move with control here. You might also find that one ankle has more mobility than the other. So you might find it a little bit harder to bend on one side than the other. So again, toe muscles coming in as you breathe out and lower down. Inhaling to come up. Good. We're going to go 2 more times. Sinking down, coming up. Because we're going to turn it into a balance next. So we're going to sink down and come up. But this time, as we come up, we're going to go into a balance as well. So floating down. Inhale, come up all the way onto your tiptoes and take your arms back. Exhaling, heels down, sliding down, knees go forward. Make sure your knees aren't coming together. Press back through, coming all the way up onto your tiptoes. Wonderful. Keep your gaze on something in the distance to make sure you don't lose that balance. Pressing down, all the way up. Lovely. Let's go 4 more times. So now we're challenging the strength of our ankle joints as well. Getting your glutes and your legs working, toe muscles working as well. Supporting your spine here. Good. 2 more. Sinking down, pressing through. Take your arms back ever so slightly. And we're going to go 1 more time. Knees going forward, pressing through, coming all the way up and sinking down. Well done. So just walking out through your feet now to get a bit of movement through the ankle joints. We're going to go into a lovely roll down. We're going to do it in a little bit of a different stance. So we're going to get our balance and our center of gravity working here as well. So we're going to take our legs into Pilates stance. So bring your heels together, take your toes out so they're about 30 degrees and engage your glutes. So you're really standing nice and tall here, piece of thread, pulling it through the crown of your head and your arms hanging nice and long and heavy. Let's go into our roll down now. So breathing in. As you breathe out, let's nod our chin forward, soften your breastbone, let your arms and your head hang heavy. As you ripple forward, one bone at a time, tummy muscles coming in to support you, rolling down, head hanging heavy, bending and flexing at the hips when you need to, breathing in here. As you breathe out, open at the front of your hips, pushing your hips almost forward and restacking one bone at a time. All the way up to the top. Lovely. Let's go down and try and make this movement even more smooth this time and see if you can get a little bit further down. So we're tucking our chin, softening our breastbone, arms hanging nice and long and heavy, head hanging heavy as well as you roll down, flexing your hips right at the bottom, hanging like a rag doll here, pausing, inhaling, exhaling, toe muscles engaged, restacking all the way up. Wonderful. And we've got one last one like this, rolling down, tummy muscles coming in, hanging nice and long and heavy through your head and your arms as you roll down, maybe feeling a stretch down the back of your hamstrings as well, Pausing here, restacking, opening up the front of your hips. Coming all the way up to the top. Standing nice and tall. Let's finish with 2 breaths. So reaching our arms all the way up, reaching through your fingers, pressing the air away. And we're going to go one more time here, reaching out all the way up, feeling that stretch down the front of your body, pressing the air away, and give yourself a nice clap. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be back tomorrow for more Pilates, so hopefully you'll see you then. Have a great rest of the day and take care. Bye-bye.